Good evening everybody and welcome back to FTRL. Tonight we have our usual Friday GT1 boys in action around Deep Forest. Now this is it's a very quick track, but there's some very tricky sections in it. They're going to be driving two completely different types of cars over two races tonight, and it'll be interesting to see how they fare in both. You have good old Justin Mikey H on comms tonight, since Zach was working, and unfortunately all the good comms are currently racing. So you have me tonight. It's going to be nice and chill. It's not going to be the usual highly professional Nicole performance from me, but it's going to be chill and relaxing nonetheless. So on laps for quali. Can I just check, can everybody hear me okay? Good evening, Winston. How you doing, buddy? Alright, so let's go on board with our professional commentator himself, Mr. Lee Cole. We're up at Deep Forest. We're going to the other side, the passenger seat. So, a long run down to the start line. This is going to be a slipstream special kind of going down here. Evening Jonesy, I hope you're enjoying the holiday, bud. Evening Derek. So, across the line. Now don't forget the Porsche race is on sports softs. They're not going to have the usual grip of your racing softs. Have that inside line. A little bit safer from the Cole, but it's only about that. It's only his first lap to get banker in. So that tricky section I was talking about. Get one of these corners wrong, it can completely disrupt your rhythm going around the rest of the track. Right hand up, goes on forever, on the power, through the little tunnel, and then down, and this little hill towards the back straight. Even fever. Guys, is the audio okay? I know previously when I've been on comms there has been a bit of a I don't know, like a bit of an issue with my sound, but it might just be my voice, if I'm honest. So all the way down this long straight through the second split, and then hard on the brakes in the second before the very, very tight hairpin at the bottom at the end of this. No one. Get it turned in, don't go wide, you will get a penalty, and then floor it all the way down to the down the line. Yeah, this is what happened last time. Let's see the end of these laps, and then I'll see if I can work out how to turn it up a little bit. So across the line, Rico sets the benchmark of a 1:37.2, really beaten by a 1:36.9 by SSY, and then Tom goes ahead and just beats Sean to hold the temporary pole position. On board right, let me see if I can work out. Just mic level. Okay, I've adjusted the mic. Is that any better for everybody? Give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. I'll stick your fingers up. Nice one. Okay, so we're good to go. So we currently have T. Smith on pole, shock, followed by very closely by Sean, and then Ross, who I've got to say is having one of probably the best season I can remember him having for a long time. Usually quite a consistent driver, but in previous seasons he's been quite unlucky. This season he seems to be able to keep out of, I'm kind of jinxing now, but he seems to be able to keep out of trouble when he's having a very, very good season. Almost carrying Tom. And we've got Lee in 4th, Ron in 5th, Sai, who is filling in for either Dark Knight or one of the guys we lost a few weeks ago. I can't actually remember. Then we have Graham, Dusty Fossil, James in our top 10 at the moment. Good for him. He's going well. Aaron in 9th. Oh, no, he's taken 9th from James. They switched positions. Unsafe and Pagani. It's a little bit quiet for Royston. Let me bang it up a little bit more. Well, I hope that's better because that's as high as I can put it. So, if it's not, turn up your device. So then we've got Pagani in 2nd, Captain Chubbs. I must have missed him the first go around. He must have been low down and jumped up the position. Is that quali done? It is. So we have T Smith on pole, followed with Pagani front row. Captain Chubbs, and then followed by Jaden, also known as Oven, also known as James, Sean, Ron, Ross, Lee Cole, Graham and Blue Flag make the top 10, followed by Unsafe, Dusty Fossil and then Aaron bringing up the rear in 13th. I'm not sure who we're missing tonight. Anybody let me know? We're definitely missing someone, but I'm not too sure who it is. Anyway, so that is comms done. Comms quali done, sorry. No, actually, there's still a couple of cars going around. I'm not very good at this. Nicely done, James. So let's have a look at the quali result. So, like I said, Tom Smith on pole, followed by Pagani, Captain Chubbs, Jaden, SBY, Ron Elson, Ross, Lee, Graham, Blue Flag, Unsafe, Dusty Fossil, and Aaron. Now let's get into the race. Can I get your predictions? I was speaking to James yesterday. He did think that, he was quietly confident about today. He knew he had a bit of pace to him. So I'm going to go for a James podium. I think Tom will win this. I feel like I think T Smith, Pagani, and then James. That's my prediction. Fever thinks Tom, Pagani, and Sean. Here we go. So, standing start for these boys. Tom Smith and Pagani on. It's like the FTRL of old. Tom Smith and Pagani on the front row, and Aaron at the back. And we are off for the first race of the night. It's a good start from pretty much everybody on the grid, actually. They come down towards turn 1. That's a lovely livery on that Tom Smith car, but I can't lie. Oh, a little bit of contact between Tom and Pagani there, I think. And Tom keeps his lead coming out of turn 1 and now through the triple section. If there's going to be any trouble, it could be had here. That was so tightly packed coming through here, look at this. I would have crumbled by now. Oh, Pagani hits the wall coming through the tunnel. They're all still very, very tightly, almost bumper to bumper. Ross looking around the outside of Rom. Oh, they're still side by side. Great driving by the two of them. A little bit sideways from Rom. Keep it clean on the first lap, guys. And Blue Flag down the inside. Rom's lost a couple of positions there, but I don't think he'll be too worried about that. Still 8 and a bit laps to go, so up front it's as you were. A couple of penalties there for Ross and for who else was it? Rom. So you can catch penalties around here quite easily. And as you guys probably know by now, I catch them very, very easily. Aaron's made up a good few places already. He's up to 10th, kept it nice and clean. So at the end of lap 1, it is the commentator's prediction that is currently looking like it's going to come true. But like I say, a long way to go in this one yet. Tom Smith followed closely by Pagani and by James, with Captain Chubbs potentially looking down the inside. No, just tucks in behind James and Sean in his 1980s theme delivery. Lovely one, that one. And Cole just a little bit further back, but he's got a little bit of a gap, so he can just focus on racing and not have to worry about who's behind him. And Ross and Ron Elson still going at it, side by side again. Is this going to be a theme of the night? Oh, Ron! Oh, catch it! He's caught a couple of people, but he's around. Get it pointed the right way, mate. Get going, get going. You might be able to catch up. There's a lot of closely packed cars here, so you could catch up with the pack again. And up front, Tom just starting to eke a little bit away. James has lost a little bit of time to Pagani. The front two have made a bolt for it. And James has got Sean and Captain Chubbs, who were rapidly approaching the Cole despite his penalty. Yeah, it was an awful one there from Ron. I think he did everything he could to try and keep out of the way, but it is what it is, part of racing. Sean with a little dart to the outside to avoid contact with James. 2.5 seconds now, it's creeping towards 3 seconds, the gap between the top two and third. But Tom and Pagani, this is, like I say, this is what we used to have back in FTRL when I first joined. These two are just the ones that would be battling it out, along with the likes of Aaron and Sean and Ross and Rick Lee. It's like the FTRL old OGs, I like to call them. 2.5 seconds off the back run. Not out of the shake. Still get himself a top 10 here, I think. He's got the pace. And Aaron now up to 8th. Going really, really well. Ross in 7th, catching up with Lee Cole, who's got that penalty still to serve. Oh, massive slide there from Captain Chubbs. I'll probably catch that one. I'm going to do my best, boys, to capture absolutely everything, or as much as I possibly can in this stream tonight, but if it just be me, it might be a little bit tricky. I might miss one or two things, but I'll do my very, very best. James still holding third. He's got a little bit of a gap to Sean, who's got Captain Chubbs with a 2-second penalty. How many corners has he cut to get that? Even I do well to get that. Right. 3 seconds now the gap between the top two and third. The middle pack very tight together. Captain Chubbs has just lost a load of positions there. It's a killer penalty line because although it slows you down quite near the hairpin, you just let him go all those cars just come rushing past you. Yeah, I don't know what he did for either. He must have cut out a sector. Now up to 7th. He's got past blue flag. He's now gaining on Lee Cole. Who can? Is anybody seeing a top 5 potentially here for Aaron? I mean, the way he's going, it's not out of a possibility. Tom and Pagani still going at it. I feel like they're sensible enough as well to know they don't have to fight right now. They can just drive their own race, get away, and then go help a level in the final couple of laps. So of course this race will set the grid for the second race, which is the Super Formula. It's going to be a much longer race, that one, which is going to include some strategy. Again, I am not a Lee Cole. I'm not going to be able to keep tabs on who's doing what and what strategies people should be doing and who's going to be pitting when and all that kind of stuff, but I will do my best to try and make a calculated guess a little. James still going well. And that 3 second gap is slightly increasing, but it seems to be holding at that 3 seconds now. Yeah, it's good to see Aaron fighting again. I do just wish that it was on. I mean, as far as I'm aware, I think he's back on pad, but I do wish that he would kind of stick with going on wheel, because I think since I went to wheel, I know I've not exactly improved. I still bottle it every single race, but it's just so much more fun just to drive on the wheel. You know, I get that not everybody can and things like that, but I think if you've got the possibility to do it, jump on a wheel. But yeah, nevertheless, it's so good to see him backing at the top end again. So Lee he's gaining on Ross. He's had a good run out of the first corner, although Ross does seem to be eking away just a little bit there. Now, after saying that the gap was staying around 3 seconds, it now creeped up to nearly 4. And Sean is basically in J. John's boot. So these two obviously, along with Tom Smith and Lee and Aaron and Sire, a bunch of us, and obviously our resident Irishman, and Ron, our resident Belgian, were all enjoying the World Endurance Championships last week at Spa, which was phenomenal. If you haven't been, I highly recommend it. Yeah, fantastic week with the boys. Those camping trips always are just absolutely brilliant, but to be at such an iconic track was incredible. So we're into the second half of this race, and these two are still going at it. Although, to be fair, I don't think either of them are particularly fussed about defending or attacking. Yeah, James, I think James is definitely feeling like he's got to defend a little bit here from Sean. When you think that Sean he does use VR, I wish we could get Sean's VR as like the cockpit cam, like we could see where he was looking at that. I think that would be a nice addition from GT. He's got him in his sights, but I think he's also wary that he's also got Ross behind him. So he can't attack too much, because otherwise Ross is one of those drivers. He will seize the opportunity. Ross has made his way up to 5th, by the way, so he's made a couple of positions up there. He's done really well to, again, get through it. Yeah, Fever, he is driving VR. I believe Derek, also in GT3, also drives in VR, which is in GT3 especially, it's brave. .2 seconds to get between the front two and the rest of the pack. Little train we've got going on here, battle from 9th. Safe, Captain Chubbs, Graham and Carl. Ron Elson just not quite able to catch up with the pack. But yeah, keep pushing, mate, something you never know, things will happen. Kind of caught a little bit of a slide there, coming out of that final hairpin. Caught it well. And he's going to tuck into the slipstream of Lee. Will he be close enough to make a move? Go on to the same one. The right one. He's gaining, but I don't think he's going to be gaining quick enough. Again, he's probably smart enough. Continue with Aaron. Probably smart enough to know that he doesn't have to make the move right now. Oh, it's a shame, Derek. I can imagine racing on it must be quite intense. Blue flag with a 5.5 second penalty. These four really stick stuff together pretty much since Captain Chubbs joined them. And still right behind Lee Cole. When will he make a move? Will he make a move? Well, Sean and Ross Sean and Ross are clearly going at it, because they've given James now 1.5 second penalty. Second gap, so that's giving him a bit of breathing room and hunt for a podium here. And Ross up to 4th. The more these guys start battling, I think this is going to be this could be a very good battle for towards the end of the race. We're coming up to the penultimate lap now. Little drag of slipstreaming cars here, so Aaron is a bit closer on this lap. Will he make a move? Tucks to the outside, into the inside. But he covers him off. Now has to die out of the way to avoid contact. Done well to not lose much time there as well. Not sure Aaron was expecting Lee to cover the inside, but, you know, that one he did. And Sean just up ahead, making a move on Ross. Doesn't quite come off. Yeah, look how close Sean is to Ross at the moment. And Ross, I believe, is gaining slightly on James, but he's also going to be wary of those behind him. He's got 3 fast drivers behind him. James had a decent run out there compared to Ross, so he's still got that gap there, enough gap to not be in it, for them not to be in a slipstream. And these two coming onto the final lap now, still bumper to bumper, and they will more than likely now go hammer and tongs to try and see who can snatch the win. I wonder if the guy is going to send it into the first corner. He's got a good run on him. Let's jump in the cockpit with Pagani. Thomas covers the inside. Oh, Pagani goes even more inside. Oh. Alright, so Tom has led the entirety of this race. Pagani on the last lap takes the lead. Tom probably didn't fight out too much, knowing that he's got another very long straight to go with another very good overtaking spot. And if that all fails, it could be a drag race down to the line. James, 1.7 seconds gap between him and 4th, so he, barring any major incidents, should have a podium set here. Now is Pagani going to ruin my prediction? Oh, he's gone wide. He's gone very wide. Tom have got a good run. Has he got too good a run? He ducks to the outside. Pagani's got a penalty. Oh. Brilliant effort there from Pagani, but yeah, I think he just ran a little bit too wide coming onto the long straight. And unless Tom completely bobbles up this corner, I think Tom will take this win. And my prediction, providing James doesn't balls up his the corner, comes true. So, yeah, Tom will come through to win the first race of the night. And Pagani will come in second. Brilliant race from the two of them, kept it nice and chill. James sees my prediction come true and gets himself a brilliant podium, nicely done. Sean followed by a very closely followed by Ross, then Lee, then Aaron, done brilliantly to come up from from the very back of the grid to get a P7. Blue flag, then unsafe. Captain Chubbs after his 2-second penalty, not a bad result to be fair. Dusty Fossil and Rom bringing up the rear after his unfortunate spin early on. So, let's just have a look at that again. Pagani with the fastest lap of the race. Yep, so T. Smith is your winner of the Porsche race tonight. And this will be the starting grid for the Super Formulas. Owen, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, great podium for James there, mate. So yes, we've got Tom Smith followed by Pagani. They will be on the front row again for the Super Formulas. James and SV Ryan will fill row 2. Row 3 will be Ross with Lee Cole. Aaron and Blue Flag will have the 4th row, and Unsafe and Captain Chubbs round up the top 10. Graham, Dusty Fossil and Rom Elson bring up the final few cars of the grid. So, plenty of action in that one. Let's see how this Super Formula race will go. I'll be back in 2 seconds, chaps. I'm just going to go get myself another drink. I have returned. So, whilst we're waiting for the grid to be, for the lobby to be reset, ready for Super Formula, let's have a little prediction about the Premier League this weekend. Does anybody give Arsenal a fighting chance of getting the getting the title this season? Bear in mind that they have to play my boys, who are West Ham. Man City have to play my boys, who are West Ham, and we don't tend to go very well at City. Unlucky Pagani, buddy. Brilliant effort, mate. Yep, so FIBA thinks 0. So I do a predictions league thing with my with a couple of my friends, and despite the fact that I'm positive West Ham we're not going to get anything from the game, I have gone for a draw, just because, you know what, you never know. There's more chance of me winning a race in GT1 probably than West Ham beating Man City, but a man can dream. Okay, they are all in their super formulas. I'll say some of the liveries on here, on these cars, are phenomenal. I'm starting with Team Pac-Man, just absolutely brilliant. Nice little retro feel about it. Some of these, I mean, a couple of these you would think that they could be real life. I mean, obviously that, yeah, but you would think they could be real life liveries made proper, professionally. I mean, Dusty Fossil goes without saying. One of, if not the best livery maker in FTRL. Even this one as well. It's beautiful. And the good old Milk Amongs, the chocolate dripping all over their car. Brilliant. Yeah, I genuinely want Arsenal to win it. I've got a lot of friends, not just in FTRL, but I've got a lot of friends just in my everyday life who are Arsenal fans. And I would love to see them win it. I know that they got their invincible title, and that was fantastic. But for them to win this one when they're up against arguably probably one of the best City or best sides ever to grace a Premier League season, I think for them to do it this season would just, I actually think it would top the Invincible season, because I think it's so difficult to compete with City. And I honestly think that if Arsenal don't win it on Sunday, I don't think it's a failure of a season. I think it's just another stepping stone to them winning the title, which could come next year. So you never know. But I mean, and yeah, the whole Klopp thing, it would have been nice for him to bow out with another title, but just obviously wasn't meant to be. It all seemed to kind of go downhill a little bit once he announced that Liverpool announced that Klopp was leaving. I don't know whether it would have been better for them just to kind of say that, keep it a secret between Klopp and the board, see out the season, maybe get yourself a couple of titles, and then say that's how you're bowing out. But leading's on me. Yeah, Derek, I honestly think that we could lose. I actually kind of think we'll give them a bit of a fight. I think we'll give them a bit of a nervy time. I could be wrong on this. We could be 4-0 down by 20 minutes in, but I think we'll give them a good go. Maybe give Arsenal a little bit of hope, but I think by the end of it, I think they'll win comfortably, maybe 3 or 4-0, or 3 or 4-1 or something. I don't know. We're just getting the lobby set up for it, ready for the race. Everyone's getting their practice in after being on sports softs for the first race in cars with very Nozon. I haven't mentioned that team you mentioned yet. and just out of principle now, I'm not going to. Nah, obviously it's good. It's good for you to be back in the Premier League. There was a point this season when you started kind of motting a bunch of games, and I thought to myself, are you even going to get automatically promoted yet? At this rate. But you seem to kind of just knock that on the head and saw it through. So no, it's glad you're back in the Prem, bud. Get some more Jamie Vardy antics for next season. Right, we are looking like we're good to go. Yeah, get those spins out of the way now, Ron. That's enough of the tyre squealing. In North Britain, love that. To my knowledge, are these races, are they rolling starts? No, they're not. Just checked standing start. This is going to be it's going to be spats, you know. Probably should have done this in the first race actually, but let's have a quick look at the standings whilst we're waiting to get going. So, in respect to the GT1 Drivers' Championship for Super Formula, we have T. Smith leading the way, followed by Ross, not that far behind either. We also have Captain Chubbs in third, Graham in fourth, with Panda in fifth. That's your top five. I'll go a bit more into it once the start of the race has happened, which is about to happen now. So I wait for the 5 lights. 2, 3, 4, 5 lights, and away we go. Another good start from everybody. We'll have a look at the what tyres everybody are on as well. Tom has started on the hards, and we have. Everybody is on the hards. Literally every single driver is on the hards, and everyone's made it through turn 1 safely. It just looks like it's sped up compared to the Porsches, doesn't it? But yeah, Tom already has a 1 second gap to his teammate. Ross has made his way up to second. James still sitting in third. Pagani's lost a couple of places, but again, long race ahead. This is a 36 lap race, this one. Now and again, yep, making it up 2 spaces on the opening half of a lap. Spamming the use of that overtake already, making him get himself a gap. And yeah, everybody seems to have kind of got through safely, apart from Sean, who's just lagging off the back a little bit, so something happened there. There must have been a bit of contact or caught a curve or something, but Tom leads the way by 1.2 seconds to his teammate, who leads just under a second to James. Aaron back down to 7th, so again something's happened there. But again, I don't think you'll be too worried about that, because there is a lot of racing to go. God, it's so difficult to keep up. How does Crofty do this? I'll try and get my a good old Crofty switcheroo in there at some point. I just need someone to do one. Evening, Dane. Am I right in thinking you've signed up for next season, Dane? If so, welcome back. Can't believe I've gone to the back straight already. So, and down to 8th, but nothing's lost yet. Sparks flying everywhere. A couple of penalties there, I think, being served. Welcome back, Dane. Looking forward to you being on track again next season, mate. James going really well. I'm really impressed with this. I mean, at the start of the season he was very kind of down and not really feeling super performance especially. He's clearly going well now. Tom lost a little bit of time to his teammate. Yeah, I don't know whether, you know, a bit of team orders might come into play here. You know, Ross is faster than you, Tom. It's all just starting to spread out. We've got a spinner who's spun. We've done a Mikey. Oh, it's Aaron. Oh, Aaron. You've done a Mikey. And was there a bit of contact between him and Sai? Because I don't know whether Sai waited or whether he was also caught up in something, but yep. A long ways to go, and Sean's backwards. And Aaron's now up to P Mikey. Feels good, doesn't it, mate? Yeah, it's all spread out now a bit, so this is where it's going to be a little bit more kind of chill, hopefully. You can kind of have a look at people's strategies, their fuel, their overtake usage, tyre wear, all that kind of jazz. And you guys can tell me how wrong I am when I say that someone's got to do this, that or the other. Captain Chubbs is, didn't he finished P10 in the last race, so he's made up 5 places in the first few laps. He's going well. Graham making a move on lead. Graham's also done very well in his first few laps. Down the inside of Mr. Lucol. If you haven't done so already, boys, if you could like the stream, it will help. It should hopefully help us out. Maybe attract a few more views, get a few more drivers in for GT25, 26. Yeah, 26. I can count. So we've got a gap for Tom out front. James has also got a bit of a gap between him and Bugani, though Bugani is just outside of the slipstream. I think that was because James might have been using his overtake to keep him out of it. Smart move. So yeah, they're all starting on the hards. I'm wondering who's going to pit when. Aaron likes it. Aaron likes it in P Mikey so much he's staying there. Look. So in terms of fuel, we've got everybody pretty much. I mean, James is using a lot of his. He's almost down to half already. Whereas you've got the likes of Sean who are clearly fuel saving. And then tyre wear. Again, everybody seems to be about level. Even Mr. Aaron GT, he's someone who doesn't particularly look after his tyres all that well. He'll confess that himself. He's not looking too bad at the moment. But then this is a hard tyre, they do wear slower, obviously. And we'll keep an eye out for when the first set of pit stops happen. I'm guessing it won't be until that fuel is depleted enough, or down to its very last drop. While we are in a bit of a period of the race where everybody's a bit more split, a bit more spread out. If anybody does have any Ask Comms questions, feel free to shoot them my way. Maybe try and keep them PG-13. But yeah, fire them my way. I mean, yeah, Fever, it's going to be an interesting one because usually you get a bit of a mix. You know, sometimes I think I've seen Carl a couple of times, or even though he may start kind of further towards the back, and you more often than not you would just going on a slower tyre. Sometimes he likes going on a faster tyre to try and make his way through the pack. But literally every single car, unless this is a glitch, but the tyre doesn't make you think it is. Every single car on this track is on the hard tyres. So I'm wondering whether everybody is going to be going for the same strategy. If there's going to be a couple of different strategies when the first set of pit stops play out. I'd say a little bit wide there, but should just be within the lines to not get himself a penalty. Graham did pick himself up a penalty, but he's got a big enough gap that if he keeps that gap, he should be safe from the driver behind. And yeah, Tom is starting to stretch his legs a little bit, as he does. Ross has got a nice little gap between him, Tom and James, so he's in his own little race at the moment, which is perfect for Ross because he keeps pumping the laps. James still going very well. Pagani being closely followed by Chubbs. Graham with that half a second penalty has got a little bit of room as well, so all these drivers are able just to kind of settle into their races and not have to worry too much about attacking or defending, just keep it on the black stuff and pumping your laps. Let's have a look at James is rinsing his fuel. There's absolutely zero fuel saving going on there. If you look at between him and Ross, there's a huge difference. I'm not wrong in thinking that's at least a lap difference. Incredible. James has easily used the most fuel out of everybody. Sean, I think, has probably saved the most so far. Yeah, he's not just a master with the fuel fever, he's also a master with his tyre wear. Him and Graham seem to have the best tyre wear, no matter what car you're in. I don't know how they do it, I really don't, because they're still very, very quick. So I honestly don't know what they do differently to everybody else, but they are just able to save their tyres and their fuel so much better. I'm wondering whether it's just like I wonder if it's an English thing. Yeah, Graham being Irish, Ross being Scottish. Maybe us English just can't save our tyres. Tom, 3.5 seconds clear as he crosses the line to start his 9th lap of the race. Now we do have our first pit stop. James, probably because of fuel. Oh man, what will he go on to? I'm assuming he'll go on to the mediums. You do need to use, as far as I'm aware, you do need to use both. I did the graphics for this season, so I should probably know, but I'm going to double check anyway. So yeah, you've got one set of mediums to use. So James has not changed tyres. He's not changed tyres, but he has fuel to the backs. So is he just going 9.9? Is he doing a free stop? Just full sending it? Because if he is, then that would explain why he's rinsing so much fuel compared to everybody else. I think Aaron may have made a mistake somewhere because he's now behind blue flag. It'd be interesting to see if anybody does decide to. Everybody's just going past the pit lane. Is SPY doing the same? Yep. Blue flag. Blue flag, is he in? No, he's not. Aaron stays out as well. James obviously will stay out because he only pitted last night. Yeah, interesting. It's it's an intriguing one. I feel like Lee might know what he's doing and certain others on this grid would know what they're doing, but because I'm not all that savvy when it comes to like strategies and all that kind of stuff. I usually have to pinch strategies of other people. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what James is trying to do there. But Tom may be in this lap because he is now redlining on his fuel. So we will see if that is true. Oh, this is a good view. Yep, he is in. He comes into the pits. Does Ross follow him? He does. so does Captain Chubbs. They're all going to be on the same strategy by the looks of it. Just wondering whether they're going to come out on the same or separate or different tyres. Everybody's in. Dusty stays out. Dusty, excuse me, Dusty is already redlining. And he's staying out. Same with Lee Cole. Are they both going to have to do a little bit of fuel saving here to make it through to the pits. And Tom hasn't changed tyres, stays on the hards and fuels to the max. Sai has not pitted at all, so he is also redlining, so he'll have to do a little bit of fuel saving to get to the end. Yeah, Feeble, in my head I'm thinking that James may have accidentally pitted a lap early. But maybe he's concocting something we don't know about yet. So yeah, so people double stinting the hards, potentially going to lap 18. Maybe doing three stints on the hards and then finishing on the mediums. Could be the way forward, I suppose. And now Lee is in the pits, made it through with 1% to spare. I'm assuming he will do the same and go on to the hard tyre. Whether he will change them or not, he's not changing them, because they do change them first before they put the fuel in. So now it's Sai does have a pit crew waiting with tyres, and they're just going to stand there with them. They don't actually put them on the tyre on the car. So everybody is deciding to double stint the hard tyres. Aaron did change tyres, so he probably knows that he's not the best at saving them. So he's probably better off, you know, taking the extra two and a bit seconds that it takes to put those tyres on, and you can fully send it then. And out front, we've got Sean, who still hasn't pit. He will have to pit at the end of this lap though. He's got Tom closely, you know, catching him at a rate of knots. Sean will be in this lap. Whether it looks like to me he will change tyres, because his tyres look quite worn compared to some others. I'm wondering whether Sean's going for a 2-stop here. Lap 12, lap 24. I'm wondering whether he's trying to pull that off, because if he can, that will be impressive. His lap times aren't too bad considering he would have had to be through fuel saving. Yep, change tyres and then he'll fuel to the max, I'm assuming. So as it stands, and we are just over a third into this race, and we've got Tom Smith 3.5 seconds out front, followed by his teammate Ross. Chubb sitting in third, followed closely by James and Pagani. Lee has refueled and is now in P6. Unsafe release P7. 8th we got Graham. Dusty Fossil in 9th. Ron Nelson runs up the top 10. And then we got Blue Flag, Sean and Aaron rounding up the grid. It's been an interesting season, this one. Looking at it from an outsider's perspective, like I've not had to do any of the races in this division or GT2. Obviously, it looks like a very tricky season to do. Having a car that is, first of all, nowhere, you know, that doesn't really have too much downforce, and it's on sport softs. Going from that to then driving one of these, which are the completely opposite end of the scale, cannot be easy for anybody. No matter how much experience you've got in the game, some obviously do adapt to it more better than others, but I think there are going to be some that are going to be looking forward to kind of next season. Obviously, you've got a bit of a taste of what next season is going to entail. We are going back now to 2 divisions. It is going to be a bit more down to what FTRL has been previously. Group 3 cars, you know, a team element to it, and a mixture of sprints and endurances. We're still trying to work out all the finer details, all that kind of stuff, and that will be published over the next few weeks, I'm assuming. So next season will be a lot more different, will be a lot more usual to what FTRL is usually. But this season must have been tricky for a number of the drivers. The fair play for sticking it out, because yeah, it can't be easy to struggle on with a certain car. I sure would have struggled with the Super Formula. Someone's got too much grip for me. But yeah, next season's going to be a fun one, and I'm all for it. Obviously, we've still got a good 4 weeks after this one. Week 7, week 8, week 9, week 10. Yep, we've got another 4 weeks of FTRL racing before we'd have a 1 week break. And there's some really good races coming up. Next week we have in GT3 on Wednesday. We have, let me just pull up the information. We have Sprint Week around Trial Mountain, the reverse track. Now, it's not one that I've done particularly much, so it will take some getting used to. But yeah, we've got 3 races around that bitch of a track, and then that's on Wednesday, and then on Thursday and on Friday you have GT2 and GT1 around Fuji, with the no chicane version of the track. Again, in the Porsches and the Super Formulas with the same set of requirements. So Porsches will be on the Super Softs, Sports Softs, with a reverse championship order for the starting grid, and then you'll have the Super Formula with a 5-minute quali, 32 laps of Fuji with no chicane, and 1 set of medium tyres. Yeah, for that one. So FEMA, I don't believe it's a wet week. I think there is a wet week, but let me just double check when that might be. That is week 9 actually, so that is going to be around Suzuka. So that'll be the wet week for GT1 and GT2, so that'll be interesting. Week 8, the week after next, we actually have a Super Formula race around Road Atlanta with the Formula 1 style qualifying returning. So yeah, that's going to be a very, very, I think that was a very, how do I put this, a much wanted addition to GT25. Is something that we are thinking about, so that's why we send out those surveys to get your thoughts, so we know what's going on and when. Right, back to the action. So we've got a nice 5-second gap between Tom and Ross. This is a very split grid now. We've got a couple of little battles ongoing. James still sitting in very, very well in 4th. Nicole in 5th. Pagani and Unsafe and Graham having a nice little battle of their own here. Unsafe, oh, it's going to be 3 wide. Oh, Pagani thinks better of that. Yep. Yeah, Road Atlanta's a great track. Great track, Derek. I'm not sure how I feel about the Super Formulas around there though. There's a couple of curbs that if you catch those in like Group 3 cars, it doesn't like it. So rather these guys than me. So here we go. So Aaron's still plugging away. I'm not sure Aaron's had much time to practice the Super Formulas, especially for this one. No surprise that he's struggling a bit more in this one. So this little battle still ongoing. Pagani has managed to make a little break for it. James in for his 2nd pit stop of the day. Lap 17. So he's basically halfway through the race and he's done his 2nd pit stop. Any ideas, guys, what James is up to here? Trying the old Ferrari strat. Again, this time he does put tyres on. Again, it fills up. Yeah, Graham's now got the fastest lap of the race, 13.5. Lightning quick from Graham. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what James is doing either. He has fuel to the top, he has put fresh boots on, so... Well, only he knows, and we'll see what happens. Actually, I am in his team chat. I'll see if I can... I'm not going to give anything away to you guys, but I'll see if there's anything that can like, enlighten me. Okay, interesting from the team chat. Yeah, I know what you mean about Aaron. I think the lack of practice, especially with the super formulas, is probably hindering him today. Clearly went very well in the Porsches, which are obviously a little bit easier to get to grips to even without practice. So because he qualified last, but after the first half of the lap, he was already up a few positions. So that might be a penalty there for him. Anyway, let's have a look a bit further down the grid, or up the grid rather. The front five are a little bit spaced out. Tom is just coasting away at this point. We'll probably have to pit within the next couple. Yeah, 14.5. It's not far off, is it really? It's it is, like you say, it's just the consistency. Captain Chubb's almost with the fastest lap of the race there, the 13.6. Lightning quick, these guys. I don't know how they do it. I do think Captain Chubb's is catching up with Ross here. And in terms of tyre wear, there's not really much in it. Same with fuel. Flag into the top 10. James needs to try and start hitting those kind of like 14s really. If he can, if he's trying to get a free stop in here, because that extra pit stop, if he is doing an extra pit stop, is going to hinder him otherwise. Sean, I do think he's trying the two-stop. His lap times are good. Tom into the pits for the second time. Second time? Yeah, second time. And then he's changing tyres. What's he gone on to? Has he gone on to mediums? I do think there will be a medium stint in here somewhere for Tom, because he's done 10 and 10. If he does another 10, it might leave 6 for the mediums at the end of the race. He's on the mediums now. So, Smith, it's hammer time, as they say. Dusty Fossil comes out into the lead, but I expect he'll be caught quite quickly by Tom, considering he's on a faster tyre and they're fresh. Lap here with mediums can do 16. That would be impressive. Okay. Yeah, because as long as he doesn't change tyres, you don't have to. It's not you don't have to change your tyres, and as long as you only use one set, that's absolutely fine. Yeah, he's going to catch up with Dusty here quite quickly. Dusty comes into the pits anyway. We do a 1:12.5. Oh. Quick look at how the football is going. Not like I've got much interest in that one, but Southampton are currently winning 1-0 against West Brom. Interesting. Right. Do we have any close ongoing battles here? So James and Graham are nice and close together. Clearly on different strategies though, I believe. Pagani's not too far behind. Obviously Graham and Pagani are teammates, so I don't think there'll be too much fighting from Pagani if he does catch the back of him. Let's have a quick look at Tom. What lap is he going to do? Is this going to be the fastest lap of the race? Probably should be, because he's on fresh tyres. 12.9. He's not far off that 12.5. I think he'll have to use some of the overtake maybe to get to that, but now he's caught the back of catching up towards the back of blue flag, so they could get some action at the back. Giggity. And everybody else seems a little bit spaced out, so the biggest battle at the moment is well, the biggest battle actually is Captain Chubbs against Sean at the moment. Again, because Sean, I believe, is doing that 2-stop, I don't know if Sean's going to battle this too hard. He probably knows it's fuel saving, and just because Captain Chubbs is a fast driver anyway, he probably knows that at some point he's probably just going to give up the ghost and let him go through. He is gaining. He is gaining. To the inside. Oh, it goes a little bit deep, but hard on the brakes. And Sean is still behind him, so he has made that stick. Bold, aggressive, but from what I could see, fair move there from Captain Chubbs. I think Sean was too bothered about letting him go, because he didn't defend the inside. He didn't try to cover it in any way, shape or form. If anything, you could probably use the slipstream of Captain Chubbs now and try and save a little bit more fuel. Going well in 5th, Graham in 6th, James in 7th, Pagani in 8th, Bussy Fossil in the top 10, Unsafe is 10th, and Roy Elson is currently in my position. Ross has somehow picked himself up a second penalty, and that's going to bring Ross right into Captain Chubbs' clutches now. The rate of the speed he catches after the penalty line is impressive. He's going to be right in here now. He's spamming the overtake button. Will he close enough for a similar move like he did on Sean? It looks like he might be. Overtake is being used a little bit just to get a bit closer. Will Ross try and hang it around the outside? Oh, what? That is brilliant defending there from Ross. I don't know how he's managed to keep that. Brilliant defending from Ross, and it's not quite over, is it? It is brilliantly done from Ross. Brilliant. Captain Chubbs, with a little bit of help from the overtake, set an 11.9. That's ridiculous. Get a different hobby, guys. Seriously. Rapid pace from these guys. The funny thing is they stay so consistent with it. Oh, James runs a little bit wide. Will that be a penalty? I think he may have just got away with it. He has. The guy doesn't go for the move. He may want to set himself up though for the move into turn 1 instead. I do think turn 1 is probably a safer overtaking spot, although Southampton and Unsafe, Dusty Fossil and Unsafe were very close quarters to one another going into that final hairpin. The guy is ahead now of James. James may have just let him go there because he probably is on a different strategy to Pagani. and doesn't want to fight it too much and lose too much time. Now, the gap in front is 11.6 seconds. Chubbs needs an almighty yeah, it's going to take an almighty effort from Captain Chubbs to catch up with Tom. But I mean, P2, yeah, a bad result, is it? Let's be honest, in GT1. Yeah, all just a little bit more spaced out now. Closest guys on track are probably Guy and James. A bit further back you do have Sean and Blue Flag. All just a little bit quiet at the moment. Anyone got any predictions for the Imola Grand Prix? Other than Max on pole, despite the fact that apparently he's completely off the pace this weekend. And then the Max easy win. Really kind of fallen out of love with Formula 1 recently. Charles pole and win. I mean, honestly, I always usually watch the start of every Formula 1 race. I like to, at least I try to. And if Max gets out and pisses off the road by 20 seconds after the first like 4 laps, I'm just kind of like, well, what's the point now? Is anything barring a malfunction or a complete DNF from him? It's not gonna. Nothing else is going to change. And most, you know, you don't really get that much action elsewhere either. So, yeah, I mean, I'll probably watch it and hope that there's something different other than a Max pole and a Max win. I'd love to see another Lando podium. I mean, I love the fact that he got his first win at Miami, fully deserved as well. So, yeah, hopefully it'll be a good race, but we'll see. And has Tom made a mistake somewhere? Because the gap between him and Captain Chubbs is now less than 10 seconds. May have missed that. Yeah, Derek, I see that the motors are going well, but then they always seem to kind of sometimes go well in practice and then just go nowhere in the race or in quali. So Tom is in. Does not change tyres, so looks like he's doing the Voiston strap. Or the Homer strat, sorry. Out he comes. They're all in behind as well. It looks like everybody's doing the same strategy apart from James and Sean, who are both part of the same team. Is it going to be a stroke of genius, or is it going to be, you know, James has now done his last pit. He's in P10 with 8 laps to go. And they haven't filled up to the end. They obviously filled to where they believe that the fuel will get them to the end. Chubbs has taken P2 from Ross, which is an interesting one. Actually, that happened a little while ago. I'm so lost. I mean, I don't know how Lee does this. People like Zach, they're so good at kind of keeping track of everything that's happening on stream and who's where and what's happened, and I honestly don't know how they do it. Cheers, Fever. Appreciate that. And then, in terms of the overtake, Ross has a fair bit more than Captain Chubbs, so it could be that the last couple of laps, Ross is full sending it and manages to close in on Chubbs. He's got a bit out to use. I mean, there's not much. Yeah, there's not much in the way of tyre wear that Chubbs and Ross, between Chubbs and Ross. So I think it could have all just come down to the fact that that Ross has got a little bit more overtake. He's spamming it now. He's trying to push. Every car now at least has a couple of seconds between them and the one in front, so it's all pretty spaced out, and I believe everybody bar now everybody is on the mediums, so James is almost out of his overtake, up to P9. A little bit deep into turn 1, but gets the late apex. And Chubbs is starting to gain on Tom. It's nowhere near enough to be able to catch him in, to take the lead in within 5 laps, but I don't know whether Tom is just playing it safe and making sure he doesn't make any mistakes so that he doesn't catch him. Oh, Chubbs goes a little bit deep. And Ross has lost time somewhere. Maybe defending from Lee, who's probably trying to attack to make sure that Ross isn't able to gain on Chubbs, his teammate. So, and Chubbs is, he's gaining a couple of tenths kind of in every sector at the moment, but he really needs to be gaining a bit more than that to trouble T. Smith, who is charging away out front. Yeah, Lee he's gaining on him. He is gaining on him. I wonder whether Lee will just keep putting him under pressure and then try and do what Pagani almost did in the first race and take that position away on the penultimate lap. 3-0 Southampton. Well, so that's what Leeds and Southampton in the playoff final. So, yep. Still pretty close together. These are the closest two on track, so we'll stick with them for now. Cole is using his overtake just ever so slightly just to get that extra boost up the hill. Hey, look how close he is now. Not close enough for a move, but close enough that Ross knows he's there. Stick with these guys for a little bit, just to see how this unfolds. It does seem like Lee is quite keen just to get past and go, but Ross isn't an easy guy to. He's fair, but he's not an easy guy to pass. So yeah, just keeping Lee at arm's reach, coming through the second sector here. Hit the overtake button, get that extra bit of speed boost going up the hill. Gaining, but not enough really to get to an overtaking position at the end of the straight. He's still there. He's just gonna lurk and hope that hope that Ross either makes a mistake, which doesn't usually happen with Ross, or he again, another unlikely thing from Ross, but his tyres start going off, or Lee with a big slide. That's going to give Ross a bit more breathing room. In terms of ERS, Ross does have more of it. So ERS overtake. Has the podium potentially just gone there from that little mistake from Lee? Just one little twitch can change everything in these races. Yeah, there's still a 7.5 gap between Tom and Chubbs. Can't see Chubbs catching Tom unless Tom makes an almighty mistake, which that just doesn't happen with Tom, does it? The other close battles happening on track. 1.5 second gap between third and fourth. Everybody else just separated a little bit. James currently in P9 with his teammate in P8. Both went on different strategies, but not a bad effort, to be fair. It's worth trying something different. Dusty Fossil rounds up the top 10. Aaron's still plugging away. It's good to just good to see people just carrying on, giving it a crack. Blue flag in P12. I wonder whether these two had a little coming together earlier on in the race, and that's why they ended up where they are. And Ron has had a spin, and he is now down to P12. Sai moves up to P Mikey. So Tom is now on his final lap. As there's not really anyone too close, let's go on board in the cockpit cam for his final lap. Down the little hill. Hard on the brakes here. Tuck it in and up the final straight for the final time. Sorry, up the back straight for the final time. Through the tunnel, into sector 3, hard on the brakes, and missed the apex completely, Tom. Well done, mate. Down the hill, past the pit lane, and it's going to be another Tom Smith win. Brilliantly drove, led from start to finish. Nicely done, buddy. And Captain Chubbs with a fantastic P2. Unbelievable result from him, especially considering like in the first race he had that incident and was starting from quite far down. Ross finishes off the podium. Lee in P4 didn't quite have enough to catch up with Ross, going in P5. Pagani comes in for a P6. Unsafe across the line for a P7. Seems pretty happy though with that result. Sean P8, James with a P9. Good effort from the Pac-Man boys. Dusty Fossil will come over to round up the top 10. Yep, and P Mikey belongs to Ron, who's got past the blue flag on the final lap. And is running out of fuel right as they cross the line. Sai smashes his nose. That was a scary look. Going to reverse over the line? Yep. There we go. And Aaron, fair play for sticking it out. Smashes hand as it even crossed the line. There we go. And that is your GT1 Super Formula finishes. Oh, well, that was almost as difficult to commentate on as it looked to drive, so T Smith hasn't wasted no time in leaving, as has blue flag. But yes, here are your finishing positions. T Smith wins the Super Formulas. Captain Chubbs with the fastest lap, 11.9, it's ridiculous. Ross and Lee Cole and Graham round up the top 5. Pagani unsafe. Sean, James, Dusty Fossil, Rom Elson, Blue Flag and Aaron rounds up the grid. So that would do it for tonight. We will be back obviously next week, next Wednesday for GT3, where yours truly will be trying not to have a nightmare like I did this Wednesday just gone. It's really hotting up the GT3 Championship, so it's going to be a good last few weeks of the season. And then, as we spoke about earlier, GT2 and GT1 will return next Thursday and Friday with, was it Fuji next week? I believe it was Fuji next week. I will double check that. It is Fuji next week for GT1 and GT2. So that's it from me, boys. Thank you for joining me. I'm sorry it's not the high quality commentary that Zach and Lee and some of the others give, but I hope you've enjoyed it. Catch us next time. Have a good evening, boys, and a lovely weekend. Catch you later.